in the heart of the Jurassic jungle, where ancient trees touch the sky and mist hangs heavy over the water, lies the most dangerous, the most ridiculous, and the absolute splashiest competition ever created. The Spinosaurus Splashdown. Yes, that's right, folks. Gather round. We're here live on the banks of the mighty river, where crowds of dinosaurs are going absolutely wild. I see signs everywhere. Make waves. Splash harder. The energy is electric. And here comes our announcer, high in the sky. Today's champion hopeful is Spino, the biggest splash maker in the entire valley. Look at him, standing tall and proud, holding that custom-made paddle. He's a legend, an icon, the master of the mighty splash. The crowd adores him, and he knows it. He gives a confident nod to his fans. But wait, who's this, strutting onto the scene with a smirk that could curdle milk? It's Baryonyx. Barry, the fastest paddler on this side of the Cretaceous, is here to stir up trouble. Hope you brought a towel, Spino, Barry sneers, his voice dripping with overconfidence. You're gonna need it when I leave you in my wake. Spino just rolls his eyes. He doesn't need words. He simply flexes his magnificent sail, a silent promise of the power he's about to unleash. These two have been rivals for as long as anyone can remember, ever since the great fish fiasco of last season. A story for another time. But today, right here, right now, everything will be settled on the water. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a claw. The racers are all lining up, and what a lineup it is. This isn't just a two-dino race, oh no. We have a whole crew of hopefuls, each with their own unique style. There's a Triceratops, looking surprisingly steady on a massive log raft. A tiny Velociraptor is nervously adjusting his arm floaties. And oh look, it's a T-Rex, and he seems to be having a bit of trouble. His boat is a perfect fit, but his tiny arms can't quite reach the water to paddle. He's stuck. Poor guy is panicking, and over there, a Stegosaurus is attempting to steer with his tail plates, which is not going well. He just spun himself in a circle. Our referee, a very official-looking pterodactyl, hovers above the starting line. He clears his throat, and a hush falls over the crowd. This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for. Racers! On your mark! The camera pans across the determined faces. Spino digs his powerful claws deep into the muddy riverbank, anchoring himself. Barry cracks his neck, a cocky grin still plastered on his face. The T-Rex just looks terrified. The air is crackling with anticipation. Get set! The referee takes a deep breath, building the suspense. Splash! And they're off. The river explodes in a chaotic surge of water and Dino power. Spino doesn't just enter the water, he launches himself in with a phenomenal leap. The splash is a veritable tsunami, a wall of water that crashes over the shoreline, washing dozens of spectators right off their feet. The crowd roars with a mix of shock and delight. Woo! The sheer force of Spino's entry sends the little Velociraptor spinning like a top in a washing machine. And the T-Rex? He's now floating backward down the river, screaming his head off, completely out of control. Spino's splash power is absolutely unmatched, but Barry's speed is a serious threat. While everyone else is recovering from the initial shockwave, Barry is already slicing through the water like a torpedo. He's a blur of speed and determination, pulling ahead of the pack in seconds. Oh no you don't! Spino roars, seeing his rival take the lead. With a mighty heave, he whips his powerful tail, smacking the river's surface. A massive tidal wave rises behind him, surging forward and flipping multiple racers clean over. It's absolute chaos out here, and the crowd is loving every second of it. But the race is just getting started. Now, our competitors are entering the most treacherous part of the course, the whitewater jungle run. The calm river has transformed into a churning, raging beast. There are swirling whirlpools powerful enough to suck a dino under. Giant fish are leaping out of the water, smacking unsuspecting dinosaurs right in the face. A Stegosaurus just got a face full of salmon, and massive logs, dislodged by the current, are spinning like deadly traps. Oh, and look. A giant, angry turtle wearing a referee whistle is bobbing in the water, yelling at everyone to keep it clean. He does not look amused. Spino, for all his power, gets caught in the pull of a massive whirlpool. He's spinning, fighting against the current, but he's stuck. Barry sees his chance. He paddles past, laughing triumphantly. See you at the finish line, sailboy! He yells over his shoulder, his voice echoing down the canyon. He pours on the speed, leaving Spino struggling in his wake. It looks like this might be it for our champion. How can he possibly recover from this? But just when all seems lost, Spino stops fighting the current. He takes a deep, calming breath, and then he dives. He vanishes beneath the churning surface of the water. Under the water, it's a different world. It's fast, powerful, and silent. This is Spino's true element. He moves like a torpedo, every muscle working in perfect harmony. His massive sail, a hindrance on land, now acts as a perfect rudder, guiding him through the underwater obstacles with breathtaking grace and speed. And this is what Barry always forgets. Spinosaurus isn't just a runner. He isn't just a splash maker. He's the king of the water. With a surge of incredible power, Spino bursts out of the river like a prehistoric submarine, right in front of a stunned Barry. What? How? No fair! Barry sputters, his paddle falling from his grasp in shock. He can't believe his eyes. Spino just gives him a little smirk. Without missing a beat, he unleashes a perfectly aimed splash, sending a wall of water directly at his rival. Barry goes spinning like a pinwheel, his sleek boat completely out of control. The comeback is on, and there it is, the finish line. A giant banner strung between two towering jungle trees, floating just above the water. The crowd is on its feet, chanting in a deafening roar. Splash! 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 They're neck and neck. Barry, having recovered from his spin-out, gives one last, desperate push. He's panting, his muscles straining. I won't lose to a walking sailboat, he screams, fury and desperation in his voice. Spino just smirks. He knows he has one more trick up his tail. He slows just a fraction, lifts his huge, muscular tail high out of the water. Here it comes. Get ready for the mega splash. Spino's tail comes down, smacking the water with the force of a meteor. The impact creates a massive wave. Everything goes into slow motion. Barry and his boat are lifted high into the air, suspended for a moment against the sky. Spectators scream as the wave crashes toward them. Fish are flying everywhere. Barry soars through the air in a comical arc before landing with a loud thud upside down in the branches of a tree on the shore. The referee pterodactyl blows his whistle, the sound piercing the cheers of the crowd. Winner and still champion, Spino! The crowd explodes. The noise is incredible. Spino, soaking wet but triumphant, raises his paddle high in the air. He lets out a victory roar that echoes through the entire jungle. Looking over at his defeated rival, he can't help but laugh. Next time, Barry, bring goggles! From high up in the tree, a dazed voice replies, I hate water. And so ends another legendary Spinosaurus splashdown. Where the splashes were huge, the chaos was glorious. And the winner walked away soaking wet and victorious. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more dino-sized adventures.